God bless you, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. The purpose of this video today is to make a video in English about the rapture dream that I had back in October 11, 2019, which was like last year. I received a request. I think I did make a video in English last year, but for some reason it didn't come out good, and I had some issues with it. So like it didn't went out like it's supposed to go. So I decided to take the time. It was really hard to take this time to make this video. You have no idea. But here I am. So like I always say when I do an English video, English is not my first language, it's Spanish. So try to understand me. I just want this word to be out because every time God gives us a dream, and especially like this one, that it was so vivid, it's very important to put it out there because it's a warning, because it's a message, and it has to be out there and reach as many people as possible. I'm a servant of God. I didn't ask God for this dream, but He gave it to me, and I'm honored for what I saw, for what I experienced in the dream. This is how it went. October 11, I was sleeping, and around the early morning, it was, I think it was 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I was woke up, or 3 o'clock, I'm not sure, I'm sorry. I was waking up by God to get up and pray. I was struggling to do it. I didn't want to do it, to be honest with you, because I was feeling very tired. But I was like, you know what, let's get up. And I did, and while I was praying, I was really struggling to keep myself awake. So I did my prayer, and around 4 o'clock, I think, or 5, I went back to sleep. I'm sorry for the hours if it contradict the Spanish version, because I really don't remember the hour. But when I went back to sleep, I started dreaming that I was back in my country, right? And I was back in a house that I know for many years, I'm sorry. And I was walking this road, which is it's not concrete road, it's like a dirt road. And me and my husband walk in the front of the house where we got there. We saw some people out there. We saw a couple with their kids, and I'm gonna keep the names to myself because I know them for many years. They were like a younger version of them. So it was like a little swimming pool, you know, the ones that you blow, inflatable, I think is what you said. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. They were playing in there with the kids, and I saw the husband walking around with something in his hand. He was doing something like this, don't know. And then all of a sudden, I took a chair to sit down, the folder ones, when you go to the beach and stuff like that. And I opened it, and I noticed in the dream that I had a tank top on, which is weird because I don't use those. And I sat down washing them, you know, getting together with them and everything. So all of a sudden I see this Chinese lady, which I don't know, and it's weird to see. And she was walking towards me, but she had a masculine image. Hair was short through here, black hair, skinny. And she walked towards me. And when she passed by me, which I keep staring at her, she put her hand here and passed it around me. And when she did that, I was like, wait, hold on, why are you touching me, you know? But I didn't say anything, so I just went like that. And she went around and stood here, the chair, and she was laying in the chair, like putting herself like towards me. And I looked at her, turned around and looked at her, and I let her know with my face that what she did was very rude and improper by her touching me like that, right? So when I looked at her, I realized that the female of the couple was next to her. But when I looked at her, she had a bathing suit on, which was black, but it was very revealing, very bathing suit. It was like here, very small, all the way down, and in the back was almost not covering anything, just a little bit. And it's very weird because I know for a fact that she doesn't dress like that. Never, ever in her life. She's a Christian too. She was raised in church and everything. And I noticed in her skin that she had many words or stamped it in her body. You know those stamps they used to stamp the passport, to stamp it every time you go to a country, they stamped it. But that's how it looked in her body, all over her body. And I looked at her and I was like, wait, hold on, why is she dressed like that? And even saw her back and front. And while I was looking at her, other things happened, but I don't want to bring it here because I don't think they have any meaning. When I'm looking at her, we're like standing in a place like a little up the hill, and there's a valley. And when I looked her, there was something behind her in the distance, which I'm going to include something that I made to try to bring to in a picture for you to see. It was like a huge tornado down in the valley. Remember, we are up, that's down in the valley. And that was twisting around, but it was huge. And when you look at it, you see part of houses, blocks, and debris in the tornado, but it was black. And it was going around and around, but it wouldn't move from where it was moving. You know, tornadoes move around, twisting, but it would move around. That was steady there. And it was twisting around, like I said before, dragging with everything. And there was a peculiar sound. Like, ooh. You could hear all the time. But for some reason, nobody was alarmed by it. Nobody was alarmed by it. It was like that was there and everybody's used to it. Nobody was panicking. Nobody was running. Nothing. That was just there. And then next to that, not too close, but next to it, it was like a small building, 1-floor building. It was just that building in there. Don't know what it is. But then when I was staring at that, the sky was black, many clouds, really black, right? And when I look up, I see that the clouds are opening. And I see like a funnel coming down, and I stare at it, and when it was coming down, I noticed something is coming down together with that funnel, like a tornado. You know, when a tornado is forming, that thing was coming down, and I knew that was bringing something down together with it. And when I saw that, my husband was behind me. I told him, look, honey, look, Landy, that's his name, the black cloud. And I pointed at it. So when I point at it, I see that thing slam into the ground. And that's when I saw that it was a dragon, a red, huge dragon. Slamming to the ground together with a tornado funnel thing. When that thing smacked the ground, he made this horrible, huge sound. Like he was angry, ready to kill, ready to destroy. And that sound echoed in the whole valley and more. When I heard that and I saw that, the effect it did in the ground, it made ripples. You know when you throw a rock in the water, those little waves that expand away from the center? That's what it did, but it did it to the ground. When it did that, like an expansive wave of impact, when it did that, I started running. I told, like, me and my husband started running and running and running because that expansive wave was destroying everything as it was going. So we started running and we got to a second floor building. It was like in a school or something. Don't ask me how I got to the second floor because I don't have that detail. But we got there, right? And I was like, we were trying to look for a place that we can be safe. But as we were running, I was looking to the side where would that wave of destruction coming, and I see that thing was lifting buildings, destroying everything as it was coming towards us. And then we found a door in that building open because it was like a balcony, so I was able to see what was coming. So we got inside, but it was a small room. It was a very tiny, like a classroom type of thing. And then right in front, it was like a white building, very similar to the Capitol, like the government house, or not the White House, the Capitol government thing, right? That has a little cupola thing that it's lifted like that, and it was white. That thing lifted that. So when I saw that, the next it was us, I said, I see, we can run no more. We can't run no more. This is the time we're gonna die. It's gonna feel horrible. So we got into the room, and my husband, I knew he was behind me, even though I didn't see him, but I knew he was behind me. When I was waiting for the impact of that thing, I was like, oh my God, this is gonna hurt me so bad. I'm gonna die, because I was feeling death in the dream, right? And I was panicking. I was like, I was just there feeling that I was gonna be lifted up and thrown aside. Like destruction is gonna rip me apart. I'm gonna feel pain, horrible, right? When I was feeling that I got lifted up by the impact, I was waiting to hit the wall, the ceiling of the wall of the ceiling. And to my surprise, when I was trying to feel pain, I didn't feel anything. And then I realized I went through the ceiling, like I became invisible or something. No, I went through the ceiling. And when I went through the ceiling, I noticed I was being left up, and I started hearing angels singing. And they were singing hallelujah in a peculiar way that I would never thought the angels sing, because it's a way I have heard before. But I never thought it was like that. So it was very peculiar, right? And they were singing hallelujah, something like that. And they kept going and going. But while I was hearing that and I was being lifted up, I could see around me destruction all over, fire, darkness, everything. And everything is happening at the same time. And then next to me, it was a man being lifted up, and I saw him. And when I saw him, I saw around him like a yellow halo kind of outline, like not halo, like an outline, gold outline. And he was going like this. And I saw many more being left off. And I looked up, everything, this is happening, everything like in less than seconds, right? Really fast. And while I was being left up, that I got to look up, I saw an opening in the clouds, and it was like a hole in the center. The clouds there were white, and it was like all the clouds were like twist, but it was white. And when I saw that we were all being direct to that opening, I said, oh my God, I made it. I made it. And then I woke up. So when I woke up, I was like, thinking, because immediately when I wake up, I stay still in my bed trying to figure it out what I dreamt to see if it any message or anything. And to my surprise, immediately I woke up, I felt my spirit was gonna get out for real from my body. I felt two pulls, one stronger than the other one. And I was like, oh my God. And then I realized the big magnitude of a dream, revelation I had, a rapture dream. I heard a noise in the house. Remember, I'm awake already. And I realized my husband having to leave for work, because I woke up like around 5:30 in the morning. So I flew out of the bed. I flew out of the bed and I started crying, and I was shaking really, really, really bad. I couldn't control myself. When I realized the magnitude of the dream that I had, it was a revelation from God to myself. So I started telling my husband, and he was looking at me with big eyes like, what's going on? Because the way he was looking at me, he went and got me the book that I have to write the dreams, because I have like a journal thing. He said, write it down before you forget, write it down. So I went and sit down in the sofa, realizing I couldn't stop shaking. I couldn't stop shaking. I couldn't stop crying. At that time, I wrote the dream to a friend, because I needed to tell somebody, you know. And I couldn't believe, it was so vivid. It was like it was the time. That day, I couldn't eat. My appetite left my body. I was shaking for hours. I didn't want to go back to sleep, even though it was like 5:30, because I didn't want the song of the angels, the way they were singing it, to forget about no details, you know, because you could write it down, but that sound, and I'm not a singer, so for me to tell you how it went, it was very hard. But it was amazing. It was amazing. And when I did the video in Spanish, I had some response that I'm saying like the rapture is gonna happen mid-trip, which I don't believe that. I respect everybody. Some people believe in pre-trip, mid-trip, or post-trip. That's between you and God, because nobody knows the hour or anything. Only God knows that. And I respect everybody's opinion. I'm pre-trip. I have my own opinion about it. But I'm just going to tell you that immediately with that dragon drop, we will lift up. That's all I'm going to tell you. There's many things in this dream that have symbolic, and there was a warning about it. I have my own conclusions, because God with time has revealed to me what each thing in the dreams means. So I wanted to tell you about this dream. I'm going to add some images. Like I said before, I'm going to try to add the sound of the dragon. It's not going to be the same, because I searched all around. Couldn't find the exact roar of anger and destruction that thing was bringing. So that was my rapture dream. It's amazing. Can hardly wait to pray about it. Ask God. He can give you one too. The Bible says in the last day He will reveal Himself to in dreams and give visions, you know. So I hope I could bless you with this. I hope you are really, really, really looking forward for that amazing day where we're going to be taken away. Another word, rapture, is not in the Bible, but take away, you know. God is coming for His bride. Jesus is coming for His bride. We just need to be ready, because what's coming, and we're not blind. We can see everything's going around us. And if you search on YouTube, you're gonna see how many people are having visions and dreams with the rapture. So in my YouTube channel, I'm gonna add another rapture, but this time it was a vision, and it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I encourage you to go watch it. Right now it's in Spanish, but I'm gonna make one in English, because this is not for me to keep. I was blessed by it, but I want to bless as many people as I can. I will have the comments turned off because it's a lot of debates in certain things, and I don't want this to be an argument between people. I just want people to watch the video, pray about it. If I'm not okay, if you think I'm crazy, it's okay, because now you can pray for me, you know? So God bless you, everyone. Have a great night, day, morning, at whatever time you are watching this video. Bye-bye.